What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? This is Kamish here for Playing for Keeps. After a week 4 recap. Sorry, missed last week. I had some things going on. No excuses, but we're selling our house. I was taking the family on a weekend vacation, and I had a shit ton of homework to do all before the weekend. So I literally had zero time going on for it. But we'll pick right back up where we left off. So we'll take a look at week 4 here and see what happens. Some pretty crazy shit happened this week. We're really starting to see the standings pan out here. So we'll start off with the first game up. Happens to be my game. Got beat up pretty bad all day. My team really didn't do too much. Only shining spot was Christian Michael. Some of you guys were hating on all year. I told you it was a good pick. We'll see what happens when Rawls comes back, but so far he's been playing really well. But yeah, my team just kind of shitted up. Cameron Artis-Payne got the boot. That dude didn't work out for me on the waivers. Until old Big Ben came in on Sunday night and made a statement, chunking up 5 touchdowns, 4 in the first half, put up a 35-pointer on Louis, really made it close. He almost had a 6 touchdown, but it didn't connect, and D'Angelo Williams got the touchdown instead. So it really was a big swing in Louis' favor. I would have been only down by 5 as opposed to being down 15 going into the Monday night game with Odell Beckham left to go. Wouldn't have mattered. Odell Beckham put up a deuce. Threw a little tantrum. By the way, Jordan, I appreciate the text. I had already seen that. Someone else had already sent me something on it. But basically, they're saying if Odell Beckham has another tantrum this week, that the Giants may suspend him, which is bullshit. I think it's just flexing on the team. You don't ever suspend the best player on your team for an entire game or multiple games at that for having a tantrum. It wasn't even that bad. The Josh Norman game was worse than that. Get the fuck out of here, right? The one from last year, I should say. Even the one from this year was probably worse than what happened then. So that's not happening. Anyways, ended up with 88 points. Odell Beckham didn't come through for me. I would have lost no matter what happened with Big Ben. Louis' team had a really nice game from A.J. Green on Thursday night, 24 points, kind of set the pace. Will Fuller did work. He had 20. He caught a touchdown. He also had a punt return, so that was cool for the Texans. But he put up a nice 20. And then 15 and 15 from Cam and Mark Ingram. The rest of his team really didn't do well. But good for 101, and he beats me. Shit, man, 1 and 3. It hurts to go 1-3. Louis at 3-1. Got a nice, strong team. So he's near the top of the standings, doing well. Kevin versus Tao. This was a must-win for Kevin, and man, it looked like he was going to pull this one off. He started Joe Flacco for 22, which was a great spot start with Aaron Rodgers on bye. Lamar Miller did 10. Has this dude gotten the end zone yet? I don't think he has, man. He really needs to get in the end zone here. It just sucks, he's doing work, but not really ripping off any big plays or getting in the end zone, et cetera, et cetera. So nonetheless, what else? Allen Robinson for 11 early morning. Terrell Pryor for 10, good pickup. Bengals D for 15 on Thursday, and Adam Vinatieri for 12, good for 86. He was up on Tao almost all day long. It seemed like Tao had Allen Hurns for 10, Martellus Bennett for 11, Steelers for 12. That was that night. And in Kansas, that's right, Antonio Brown really laid it on, 18 points with two nice touchdowns in the first half of that game. Caught a little of that Big Ben magic. Or maybe Big Ben caught some of the Antonio Brown magic. Either way, it was a good game. Then it was Orleans Darkwa down, I think, 5 points going into Monday night with Orleans Darkwa. Don't act like you guys know who the fuck he was before the season started, or even 2 weeks ago. But Tal said, fuck it, I'm throwing him in. I'm putting him in my lineup. I don't got any other better options. And worked out for him. Dude got a late touchdown. He was actually doing work. They were feeding him pretty heavily, but then they started rotating running backs. But he got a late touchdown that put the icing on the cake, 91-86. Tal goes to 3-1. Tal, no one would have thought that. Pretty good, man. Congrats. Kevin. Miller time with Reggie. Is that Reggie Miller on there? um, or is that Lamar Miller? I can't tell which one that is. It looks like Reggie Miller, though. So Kevin's 0-4, man. He's at the bottom of the barrel. He's got some work to do. Hopefully, with Eddie Lacy, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Matthews, what a tough time to have those guys on bye. Come back, he can get back in a winning track. So good luck with that, man. I feel your pain. Sergio versus Jordan. Jordan was really looking to try to get out of the muck. So was Sergio on this one. I think they were both 1 and 2 going into this. So Sergio had a great game from Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's starting to look healthy. He stayed in the pocket a lot. He made some really nice throws, though, in the pocket. It looks like Jimmy Graham's. They're starting to use Jimmy Graham. Oh, you got Jimmy Graham, too? Shit, he was trying to dub you up. Jimmy Graham's really been coming on strong, so I think they're finally utilizing him downfield, which is nice. Le'Veon Bell came on for 18 on Sunday night, so that was a good game from him. Emmanuel Sanders for 14, etc. He put up 98 points, so a respectable 98 would have beat me. But Jordan had a monster game from one of his players, and I think you know who I'm talking about. The guy that I passed on for Odell Beckham, Mr. Julio fucking Jones. And by the way, I wouldn't have passed on Julio, but I knew I was going to have him in like 3 other leagues, so I wanted to spread it out, and I regret that move. So you're welcome, Jordan, for the best receiver in football, or at least top 2. But he went the fuck off. I don't know if everybody had to have seen this, but 300 fucking yards and a touchdown. I mean, the dude started strong. He had almost 90 yards on the first drive, I think, and he just kept hitting licks, and then late in the fourth quarter, a nice ass fucking pass from Matt Ryan. He and Julio burned on a couple fucking corners and took it to the house to top it off. I think it was the 5th or 6th all-time receiving yards in NFL history in one game. So pretty impressive. Matt Ryan didn't have a bad game either. We'll get to that in a second. So you got Brian Hoyer, great spot start for 21. Frank Gore for 14. Julio for 39. Mr. Charles Sims for a goose egg. Didn't matter, though. T.Y. for 10. Vikings D for 10. Good for 110. Good to go 2 and 2. 500. That's a nice number. I wish I was there right now. Sergio goes to 1 and 3. He's with me. Next was James versus Tommy, White Tommy. James went the fuck off. I think James had the highest scoring team this week. So Tommy put in Kirk for 17, nice, against Cleveland. LaShawn McCoy against 16, who's been very consistent this year. David Johnson for 10, another very consistent running back. And then Jordan Reed for 19. So he got a little double action there with the 2 touchdowns. Jordan Reed, good for 88. Oh, damn. We left big points on the bench, though. Speaking of Julio, Mr. Matty Ice over there. Luckily, it wouldn't have mattered. Well, if you put Isaiah Crowell in your flex, you would have beaten Matt Ryan. You would have beat him. But, right, hindsight's 20/20. I feel you, Tommy. But man, Matt Ryan threw for 500 fucking yards, and I think 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns. Fucking murdered it, dude. 38 points. Very nice game from him. And believe it or not, Matt Ryan is the #1 fantasy player in fantasy right now through 4 weeks. He's been killing it. Total, I think, caught a lot of people off guard. With James, he got 20 from Rivers, 10 for C.J. Anderson, 26 from Michael Crabtree. Is he the new #1 receiver in Oakland? What's going on here? I think he's got more targets, more catches, more yards, more touchdowns than Amari Cooper. He's really coming on strong, so that was a great value pick. Greg Olsen for 15, who's been super consistent. You started Steve Smith Sr. Wow, what going out on a limb there. Paid off 19, and then the always stout Broncos D for 17. Good for 131. Good for the win. James goes to 3-1. Got another good team this year, although he's losing Spencer Ware, so his running back situation's a little dire. He does get Tom Brady next week, so we'll see how that works out for him. Then next is Cesar versus Stevie. Oh my God. Cesar, what's going on here, bro? I would say make a trade, but you have no one that anybody wants. No offense, dude. Your team is, wow. That's craziness. Uh, Geez, gave Stevie the win. Stevie may have had the second lowest points in the league this week and still won. What a lucky win for you, Stevie. You got 25 for Blake Bortles in the morning. Beyond that, Melvin Gordon for 17. He fell into the end zone twice. Beyond that, man, holy crap. -1 from Steven Gostkowski has probably never happened in his career that he's done a -1, and that happened. The Patriots actually got shut out, which I forgot what they said. It's been like a long time, like 15, 20 years or something like that since that's happened. Pretty crazy for Buffalo to do. Rex Ryan, man, he knows how to play the Patriots. I mean, it was a Brady-less Patriots, but still, you wouldn't expect them to get shut out. The Texans D for 11, man, bunch of below 5 digits all in your board. 67 ain't getting it done unless you're playing Cesar. Mr. Cesar, just his team is just coming apart. Jameis Winston for 10, Philip Dorsett for 13, one catch for 1 touchdown for 60-something yards. Lucky ass shit. Beyond that, goose egg from JC, 5 from Duke Johnson. Just shit show, dude. Goose egg from Giants D, 46 points. Never gets it done. Cesar is averaging like, I'll pull it up here in a second, but he's averaging like less than like 55 points a game. It's pretty bad, pretty bad. Sorry, Cesar. Hope you get on track. You're 1-3. You're with me. I guess it shows how shitty my team is this year. And Stevie's 3-1. And then up last is Isaac versus Zeke and Destroy, Mr. 4-0 over here. So we had Isaac not do too well. 18 from Luck, Carlos Hyde 13, Devontae Freeman 11, 1-5-1, and then Michael Thomas for 10. Good for 78. He didn't leave much points on the bench, so Isaac just really didn't have a chance to win this one. Tommy threw up a spot start on Matthew. He started Matthew Stafford over Drew Brees. Neither did much work. Stafford put up 7, no touchdown in that one, surprisingly. Ezekiel Elliott for 21. He's really starting to get along. They are feeding the shit out of him, but his yards per carry, I think, have gone up every game this year, and he's starting to really come on strong. So that's a good pick. DeMarco Murray for 23. That dude is having a great year. Again, I regret not taking him over Jeremy Hill. So good pick up there. DeAndre Hopkins, goose egg. What? That's very unusual. Brandon Marshall's for 14 against Seattle. Kyle Rudolph for 11. LeGarrette Blount for 5, who kind of came down to earth again. But good for 97. Gets the win. Tommy is at the top of our standings, which is crazy. 4-0. He's got a good team this year. So he definitely deserves to be near the top with that team. So never thought I would say this either, Tommy. You've got a good team in one of our leagues. Just one, though. Just one. Don't get crazy. Just one. But it is a good team. I'll give you credit. I'm going to stop the video. I need to get on Wi-Fi. I'll pull up the standings, and then I'll predict next week's winners. See ya.